Well, in other news, a lot of teachers going to great lengths to make sure that their students are still getting their lessons during this pandemic, and it's definitely not a 9 to 5 job right now. Our Seth Kovar spoke with a local teacher, that is, who's been on the clock sometimes at midnight a time or two.
Welcome back to my living room here, which for so many students and teachers right now is also their classrooms. But the change in location isn't the only thing different about school these days.
How are y'all doing? How is school going?
This is school for Cal Allen High School journalism teacher Jeanette Krizak and her 60 students.
So what about you, Kiefer? What's your workload like?
Zoom meetings with students are now a big part of the learning experience. Students are getting the hang of it, but in a Zoom meeting with me today, Krizak told me it has some drawbacks.
I think most of my kids transition pretty well, but I miss them dearly. I miss the daily conversation and the daily interaction.
Digital interactions like Zoom, but also emails, text messages, and other services are what she relies on to make sure students get the education they need. But because they can't simply raise their hands to ask questions these days, the messages can come fast and furiously and deep into the night.
There have been some nights where I've been up till midnight where I'm working like 12 to 12, but it's not every day, luckily. In talking to my colleagues, many of them are doing the same. They're just kind of working it around their family schedule.
For Krizak, it's a school day that starts around noon and ideally ends around 8. They're pretty good hours for teenagers who notoriously don't like to get out of bed in the morning. But Krizak, a night owl herself, doesn't expect to keep those hours once parents start going back to work.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to keep doing the early thing to match up with the parent schedules.
Regardless of the schedule, one of Krizak's students is aware of her efforts to teach remotely, and she appreciates it.
My journalism teacher is very motivated and still putting lessons out there. She's a good teacher.
In addition to teaching remotely, Krizak says that she's trying to make sure that her school's yearbook gets done this year. She says that she, some students, and some other teachers are making that happen. Reporting from the home office, Seth Kovar, KRIS 6 News.